This is the Philly Joe and Vicky Podcast.
The Philly Joe and Vicky Podcast.
Brought to you by Fort Rouge Auto Center.
You know, I could literally, this wouldn't be a bad idea for a way to give away a prize. Purposely screw up a sports story multiple times, like a couple times a week. And because our listeners, they will never, and I'm glad they do this, but they will never miss a sports mess up.
They'll
Ever.
call you on it.
They will every time, and it usually takes about 4.5 seconds. So thank you very much to the texter who told me that the Bombers are on yet another bye.
It's their third one of the season, and we talked about this at the beginning of the season, how we started on the bye, and here's the third one, which, to be honest, if there's an important bye, it's probably the one they're on right now, even though they've won 2 in a row. It hopefully won't kill the momentum, but it lets guys rest up for the last part of the season, right? So I'm sure the players are happy to have the bye, but if you're a fan, man, you just won 2 in a row.
You get rolling, and this is they look really good.
It was fun on Saturday. It was a beautiful day out there. In the first play of the game, Vavel runs for a touchdown, and all of a sudden, everybody's woke up and ready to roll. It was fun.
October 11th in Edmonton is the Bombers' next game, and actually, the Elks are playing pretty good.
Yeah,
So, good to be back this morning. A little 4-day weekend action. I think multiple people, lots of people took advantage of the 4-day long weekend. If you could pull it off, it just felt like one of those long weekends. But it's good to be back this morning.
It's hot.
Yeah. Oh,
Like
yeah.
the weather was incredible.
October 1st today. We're talking about a high of 27 and the Humidex 30. It really starts to turn, though, as far as by Sunday. Now, then highs are going to be in the teens.
Okay.
But it is October.
But the next few days are still pretty good. I think today's not bad, hey?
Yeah, no, today 27. There is a chance of a thunderstorm, but tomorrow 27, 23.
Kind of rainy for the weekend, though.
23, 21, and then...
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll take it. This is when you get weather like this, fall is unreal.
Yeah.
You know, because it's my grass is still pretty green.
Oh, yeah. So there's still leaves on the trees.
Yeah.
That haven't even turned yet. I was in a golf tournament on Sunday, and there was a couple of guys going, oh, man, it's pretty hot. And a couple of guys just gave them that stare. Like, are you kidding me? It's the end of September. You're complaining it's too hot.
Yeah, you are not allowed to complain about heat when you get weather like this late September.
Yeah, that's right.
October 1st today. Halloween decorations. Well, they've been up for a bit, but definitely seeing more and more of those.
Yeah, about a month at Costco, right?
Yeah.
Well, and plus outside, you got the leaf bags, the plastic bags that have, the leaf
pumpkin on it?
The pumpkins on it. And that.
Do they still sell those? I haven't seen them in a
No,
while.
I don't think they sell them. I think people are still using whatever they have in stock.
All right.
The Philly Joe and Vicky Podcast.
Hey, so I got a question. Going down around Centerport, is the left-hand lane truly a fast lane? I view it kind of just Route 90, but you can go 90 kilometers instead of 80. So yeah, anyways, on Thursday around 8:30, I'm going southbound and just past Inkster. Next stop would be Sturgeon. I'm in the left-hand lane going 95. Some asshole decides to basically ride my you-know-what, and then he flashes me, or she flashes me. I'm not sure who it was. I then check brake them. Had I not been with my wife and kids, I would have loved to just hit my brakes and have this piece of rear end me. The kicker to it all, we were pretty close to the turnoff on Sturgeon. We both took the left turnoff onto Sturgeon, and the individual didn't have the cojones to pull up next to me, decided to get in the other lane so we wouldn't pull up car to car. Was I in the wrong going 95 in a 90 on Centerport? Thank you.
I don't think so. I
Yeah.
usually go about 5 to 7K over the speed limits. I think it's pretty standard. You see a lot of that, and it is frustrating when you're already going,
A little over.
or
I hate the people,
someone's
though, who do it
tailgating.
to make a point. Like, I once was on the perimeter. It was empty. It was just me, and there was this other guy behind me. And I was in the slow lane. I was going 10 over, and he's tailing me like crazy for maybe a full 2 minutes or something. But the passing lane is completely open. There, like, he can easily get around me. But the people who do it just to make a point when they can easily get around, like, get a life. Grow up.
Like you're in the left lane and you're not going 140. You know what I mean?
In the
He's-
right lane,
all
yeah.
right. Yeah, but you were in the left lane, right?
No, I was in the
No.
right lane.
Oh,
She
so
was
he's
in
still
the
So I'm
tailgating
where
you.
I'm supposed to
Oh,
be.
that's
I'm
really
speeding
odd.
already. Like, go around. What are you doing? And he gave me the finger. I was like, you have
Man,
all the room
that
in the
is-
world.
Sounds like he's a big fan of yours.
Yeah, well,
Super bizarre.
fan club. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. Sticking with traffic here.
Hey, it's Ginger Beef here. I don't know what's with these drivers in this city. There's this driving this minivan in front of me, swinging wide right to turn left across 3 lanes of traffic. You don't have to go wide, left or right. Here's the weird thing. Turn left, you'll turn left. Oh, my God. Anyway, have a good drive.
Thank you.
I
We
love
still
ginger beef.
We still haven't heard the origin of his nickname.
No,
you
he
had asked
hasn't
about
given
that.
us that.
Let us know, Ginger Beef.
I told you, number 17 on a menu, number 1 in our hearts.
Okay, the Joe TV show ideas. This is kind of a mixture of a traffic complaint with a TV show idea for you, ILO. See what you think.
Here is another TV idea for Joe. We could go around in people's cars, and the people that don't have their headlights on, like let's say in the morning or at nighttime, even their daytime running lights on, we could record them while they're at nighttime, turning them on and just see the reaction of, oh my God, it's actually brighter out. I can see the road. Yeah, that's my TV show plot for you. Let me know if you think that's a great idea. I think it would be a hit.
I don't think so. I don't see Joe doing that.
I can't do that, but it sounds more like a TikTok idea than it
Yeah.
does a TV show,
Sure.
right? Because it's just a quick little,
Yeah.
Little compilation.
look at me and TikTok.
That'd be dangerous. Knocking on people's windows, right?
We're doing a video. Headlights.
How's the followers on TikTok, by the way?
I haven't, hold on.
Have a look.
I haven't
Yeah, let's
looked.
get an update on that.
I don't think it's changed much since the last time we talked. I haven't done anything on TikTok.
Doesn't matter. You're getting big.
Yeah.
Still
Okay,
3?
Yep.
That's pretty
Good.
good. It's a good stuff.
Oh, hold on. Here we go.
You don't want to get too big too fast,
No,
right?
yeah.
No,
Let's play another call while Joe
Yeah.
figures that out.
Angry
works.
Chef. That was Angry Chef right there that
Yeah.
called. He just followed me on TikTok.
Oh, wow. It's amazing.
Now
These
you're getting
numbers.
started.
Wow.
Okay. Toenails. Toenails came up last week.
Right.
How?
The question where
The-
men are leaving their toenails around without picking them up.
Yeah, that was our
Completely useless question.
Bang. Okay. We got a story about that.
Hey guys, it's Bob here. Haven't talked to you guys for a while. Welcome, Vicky.
Thank you.
Glad to have you aboard 92. Hey, you guys were talking about clipping toenails the other day and how disgusting it is. Well, just a quick story. My son used to clip his toenails, and he would feed them to our little dog inside. The dog would just chew on them, and it was disgusting. And his thing was, why clean them up if the dog is going to eat them? All right, just thought I'd share that. Have a great day.
People have done that with snacks.
Yeah.
With a
Toenails.
dog.
That
with
is so
toenail
gross.
It can't be good for the dog's digestive system either.
no.
Maybe not.
Feel sick. Can't feel good coming out either.
Yeah, that's
on
what
the other
yeah.
end. Yeah.
No.
Absolutely not.
No.
Okay, let's wrap with this. This is an interesting concert review from Korn last week.
Hey, so I did go to the Korn concert last night, and it was very spectacular. In fact, I had a great time, bought a new T-shirt. But before I left, I thought, I'm going to have a couple of heads of corn. So, ears of corn. I got a couple of ears of corn. I boiled them up and ate it with some butter and salt. And this morning, I'm finding that the corn is coming back out in one piece. How does that work? I chewed it up really fine. How does the corn get back together for the ride out?
Might have
That's
missed a
right.
few kernels.
Yeah, there's no way. It's just impossible to ensure that you chewed up every piece of corn.
No kidding. We just talked about toenails and now corn after a corn
Have a great
concert.
breakfast, everybody.
This is the Philly Joe and Vicky Podcast.
Boston Pizza text line 762-555. Here's some clarification, PJV. There is no fast lane or slow lane. The speed is posted as a maximum. If you wanted to drive below it, it's totally legal to a limit. The left lane is categorized as a, quote, passing lane. It is there to prevent traffic from being congested, and if there was slower traffic, that they would all be on the right side of the road. It's also what roundabouts are for, to prevent too many cars in one area and allow flow. I've taken three defensive driving classes to keep my license. So I know, I've learned this stuff. Love you guys and gal. Moody.
Way to go.
If there's no fast lane, what were the Eagles singing about then?
True. They
Tell
should.
me that.
I think just life in the passing lane didn't have as much oomph as life in the fast lane. They probably worked on that. It might have led to one of those Henley Fry arguments.
That's
I want to
right.
go with passing lane. That's the legit term. Well, fast lane sounds sexier.
I want to hear that question in an actual interview if they were if they were in town on a tour. Hey, we learned on our show that there is in fact no fast lane. What the hell was your song about then? I remember on this show getting text messages telling us that within city limits there's no actual passing lane either. It's all just, you know what I mean? Those are highway rules.
Although some people think that those rules apply in this
Lots
city.
of people.
Yeah.
Lots of people.
Yes.
You'll get people bitching or calling it the hammer lane on like Abenoji.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, actually not. As far as I remember anyway. So.
It's hard to get to 80 on Abenoji, either construction or they have the camera set up. Mm-hmm. There's not too much flow. Mm-hmm. That's interesting, though. Thanks to Moody for that.
Yeah, we always get great information. You know, I feel like the Bone Phone asks a lot of questions, and then the Boston Pizza text line in like immediate.
Yeah.
Answers the question, so it's great. All right, do you guys want me to play Life in the Fast Lane?
Well,
then,
I think
since
you
it
have
came
to
on?
now.
I think, how can we not?
Passive-aggressive, Vicky.
This is the Philly Joe and Vicky podcast.
Vicky, I think you have to share. Like, it's pretty rare where I would say to someone, please tell me what your Facebook memories are today. But
It's amazing.
yeah. Hey, how you doing today? Any Facebook memories I need to know about?
Yeah, for sure.
It doesn't happen very often. But you shared something off air with us that is very interesting, especially since somebody sent us a text message asking you about your news story, which, of course, is that Bad Bunny has been announced for the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. And the text we got was, what about the Grey Cup? How come they haven't announced the Grey Cup halftime performer yet?
Yeah, well, according to my Facebook memories, 2 years ago, today was the day when they announced Green Day was performing at the Grey Cup. So could be today that we find out who this year's performer is. I don't know.
Well, it's here at home, too, right? So a lot of people are interested just for that level, too, because they might be going to the game. But maybe they keep with the Latino flavor and they go with Pitbull. Mm-hmm. You know, here.
He's an international superstar.
Oh, he is, but I'll tell
Mr.
you,
International, I believe.
That's right.
he's going to find out. He's going to find out what the climate's like in North America.
I don't see that.
It's not Miami
it's
weather.
not Miami weather.
The person on the text line suggested Nickelback.
Yes.
That would.
Have they done the Grey Cup? They must have.
I'm sure they have.
Yeah.
I mean, trying to think of some other. You just saw Bryan Adams.
Man,
You
oh
said
man,
that was
that
an
concert.
incredible-
Yeah.
You go to a Bryan Adams concert and you think, you'll hear the hits. It's going to be a standard concert. We had these like wristbands that lit up the whole place. He had this giant inflatable boxing glove with a drone going above the audience. I was blown away. It was so good.
Yeah, Bryan Adams, man, he's a pro. Like, I saw him
So
years ago at Birds Hill Park.
And rained like a son of a
Oh,
gun.
but it was such a great
And he
show.
stayed on stage.
Yeah,
He played at Birds Hill Park.
Yeah, his thing was
Open.
Steve Miller Band opened up, I believe.
I think you're
And
right.
Extreme was on that bill, too. And I just remember it was a huge storm, like Joe said. And he's like, they're telling me I got to get off the stage because of the storm, but I'm staying up here. And everybody went,
And then cuts like a knife. No, whatever.
The Philly Joe and Vicky Podcast. Be a good person.
Rate or review this show wherever you subscribe and get PJ and V into more ears.
perfect. Nice. That's what makes us Winnipeg's Rock Station, 92.1 City, the great AC/DC. Shoot to Thrill at 7:09 on a Wednesday morning. Philly, Joe, and Vicky.
That was a great album. Back in Black, AC/DC was the spotlight band last week. This week, Zeppelin. Zeppelin 3, one of the greatest albums of all time. 55th anniversary Sunday Night Vinyl series coming up in just a few days.
Here's a question for you guys. I have a theory, but I want to test it out on you. When you were a kid, sick at home, Were you given 7-Up or ginger ale? Or nothing?
We
know
had
what?
to
That's
stir it
funny.
until it was flat. Do you remember that part?
No.
Yeah, I don't know.
I thought the bubbles were a part of it. Like if you
No.
had
Well,
a
maybe.
fever or something like that, you needed something carbonated.
In our house, for some reason, if you're trying to, I don't know, it had something to do with if, your stomach flu and you were trying to keep
Yeah.
food down or liquids down, and my mom would stir it until it was flat. Well, maybe that was just my mom. I don't know.
What was it? Was
Ginger
it
ale.
Ginger
For us,
ale.
it was
Okay.
ginger ale.
My house, because of my grandparents, it was gingerella. Okay, it was ginger ale. 7-Up they used to use to cut with wine. Like if you were a kid
I
and you
love
were
a
gonna,
spritzer.
and you were going to drink wine, yeah, they created a spritzer because you would get a little bit. Oh, you want a little bit of wine? Okay, but here they gotta have a 7-Up, and they put that in there. Right? It was okay to do that, I guess, when you were a kid back in
Sure.
the day. But ginger ale for a tummy ache for sure.
But that's my theory is that you were either a ginger ale house or a 7-Up house. I was a 7-Up house.
Okay.
But and now as an adult, I can't really drink 7-Up because that's what I associate it with.
Oh, really? So
Really?
you've just written it off from when you were a kid?
Yeah.
Can't do it anymore?
No.
We don't give, we don't, when the kids are sick, there's no flat ginger ale or
Yeah.
7-Up.
No.
Was,
I think that
we don't
was
do
of
that anymore.
a past time, right? That it doesn't really happen anymore, but it was big back in the day.
There was always those like bromo seltzer, all those things, like an antacid too, that they used to have. Like it used to come in a mug, I remember as a kid.
Oh, I know
And
what
it was
you're
like
talking about.
they were like white and they fizzed every time you put them in water, and it was to help you digest.
Did they have a
Like,
taste?
not really.
Okay.
It was just like a fizz in water that would help, I guess, because you're talking about like carbonation.
Yeah.
It would help you. But chamomile tea was huge in my grandmother's world of medicine.
Okay.
It
So
was
is that,
ginger ale and chamomile tea.
okay. It was that for the flu or for a cold?
It didn't matter, Phil. You just here, have some.
By the way, text line is saying, hey, my mother always made sure the ginger ale was flat. Philly, I'm 51. My mom stirred the ginger ale as well.
Yeah.
What the hell? Why did it have to be flat? I never.
thought the carbonation was the whole point of it.
Yeah, I like I say.
But
don't really know
ginger,
why, but-
ginger is the deal. I remember because a lot of people flying, if they have a stomach issue, will order a ginger ale.
Actually,
When
Michael,
you
the
can have a
whiskey
drink.
guy is saying ginger is good for settling intestinal
yes.
issues and common upset stomach, so ginger ale makes sense.
But
yeah.
that is interesting about the flat.
Yeah.
I don't
I've
remember
never heard of that.
But I have heard of it. So
The bubbles make you puke, someone says on the text line. I don't know.
This is the Philly Joe and Vicky podcast.
Brought to you by Fort Rouge Auto Center.
Would you rather Wednesday?
Brought to you by Expert Electric.
You want to play along? We love that. Boston Pizza text line's a good place for that. 762-555. Start with you, Vicky. As always, would you rather have a magic freezer that has a different ice cream flavor every time you open it, or have a magic air fryer that has a different kind of...
Come on.
Back to the air fryer. But this one's magic. Magic air fryer, and every time you open it, there's a different appetizer cooking in it.
No one tried to get me to smoke in high school, but everyone's got the peer pressure going for me to get an air fryer. and
You
it's-
can't hang out with Joe and I until
No.
you get an air fryer.
And
No
I'll tell
way.
you what, I'll get you one, and you can pick it up behind the school where everybody else was smoking.
Here you go, Vicky.
Oh, gosh, that's tough. Because I go back and forth between the savory and the sweet of what I like. I think there's maybe more variety in appetizers, so I might go appetizers.
I'm a picky eater, have a air fryer already. I'm going with the magic freezer and the different types of ice cream, and I'm going to throw in gelato, okay? So I'm going with the freezer.
All right. Would you rather, as we move along here, bath in a nearby creek every day or shower with the garden hose in your front yard every day? So that's how you clean yourself up before you come to work, before you go out. I believe we may have had this one before, but it was a long time ago. Go ahead, Vicky.
Is the creek close to me, or do I have to travel?
like your house. You know those
Oh,
houses
yeah.
that have the body of water behind them in the backyard, that sort of deal? Or it's in your front yard, but yes, it's close to you.
Well, if you live in St. James, there's Vicky at Sturgeon Creek right over the bridge every morning.
Yeah, lathering up. I'm going to go creek. I don't want to be, first of all, hose water. I don't know. It's
Cold.
always cold. Maybe the
Freezing,
creek at certain times of year is going to be a little more temperate. But yeah, and just some privacy maybe. A little more privacy.
Oh, yeah. cold water in the front yard is a recipe for embarrassment and disaster.
The body wash, just singing songs, Joe.
I'm going to the
neighbors.
creek. I've got the Assiniboine River close by, but that's not good water.
What'd you go with?
I got to go with the creek.
The creek,
Because the
okay.
cold water influence in the front of the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
The neighbors start talking.
Oh, yeah. They'll be talking. They'll be laughing.
Would you rather stay at luxury hotels, Vicky, for free, but have to share the room with an obnoxious stranger, or get free airfare everywhere you go, but have to travel in the cargo compartment?
That can't be legal.
It is for would you rather?
With the dogs?
Yeah,
Oh, you know what? I'd go cargo. I can't stay in a room with an obnoxious stranger.
That would be, yeah.
I have a hard time just staying in a room with my friends.
I agree. I'll
Yes.
go. I'll get my own room.
Yeah.
I prefer that.
Yeah, me too. This is a real tough one for me because I'm close quarters too in a plane like cargo. You got pets back there with you and other
Yeah.
things.
Maybe a horse.
And that yet still seems like the better of the two options because you're right. A hotel room, I stay on my own in a hotel room, right? You need the space.
Yeah.
You got to have room for the CPAP machine and everything else. I don't need a stranger.
And in the cargo space, I don't know how tight it gets as far as if
Probably
there
tight.
actually might be more leg room in
Yeah,
the cargo
you could lay
space than
down.
when you're in a
True.
seat.
Get a
Look for the
blanket.
positive. I like that.
Okay, let's wrap with this one. Would you rather insert yourself into people's dreams at will, or be able to send a gang of spirits to haunt someone's house at will? So, I could, boom, hey, I'm in Vicky's dream. Hey, Vicky,
Yeah.
how's it going? Or the spirits.
What kind of weirdo would want to appear in people's dreams?
Kinda funny.
I guess you try to influence people's
Yeah.
decisions or whatever. That might be fun. Yeah, I'd like to sick some ghosts on my enemies.
'Kay.
Have that option, sure.
Be kind of funny.
Yeah, I'm a petty person sometimes.
You know what, though? The interesting thing would be to get into somebody's psyche, though.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily mean you have to be a part of their dream. You
You're
can
just
just
checking 'em out.
checking into their dream. That would be
I
interesting
never thought
to
of
me.
that part.
Yeah,
I
but
don't want
do
to
you
be
ever,
mean-spirited.
do you ever hear somebody talk about their dreams? Like, you're not interested in that, so why do you want to see it?
I don't know. Well, I'm just trying to say, listen, I don't want to tick you off if you're going to send spirits after people.
The Philly Joe and Vicky Podcast.
92.1 City, Winnipeg's rock station. Rage Against the Machine on a Wednesday morning. Renegades of Funk. It's funny. 7:36. Someone asked us, whatever happened to Two-Dat? It's going to be one of those weeks where it's easy to confuse the days. Today is Wednesday, of course.
Yeah.
Not Two-Dat Tuesday.
Yeah, 2 days ago Tuesday is what TUDAT stands for, which is actually Sunday, which brings me into, since we had Monday off, like a lot of people took off, and then honored Truth and Reconciliation Day yesterday. It was yard work weekend for me. We had the Bomber game and a golf tournament, but a lot of people were closing up their cottages or just at least getting out. I was raking acorns, and trust me, I'm out in Charleswood, and I have nothing compared to the problem some people have. But I have 8 oak trees in my yard alone.
8?
8.
Whoa.
And there was a lot of, it was acorn season, but my neighbor has one. And there's probably about 14 different types of trees in the vicinity of leaves and everything falling. Well, you got to get rid of the leaves to get to the acorns because once they get embedded, they're hard. You can't dig them out. So I used my shop vac and everything else. And through the whole process, I'm sitting there going, who the hell uses acorns for anything? They're probably used to replant oak trees.
Sure, yeah.
I'm sure they feed deer and, squirrels go nuts for them kind of thing. But what can you do with them? So I actually looked it up, and apparently the Farmer's Almanac says you can prepare acorns to be eaten. And I said, is anybody out there eating acorns? I'm sure in the day they were obviously like most. You grab a berry off a tree kind of thing, right?
Yeah, hunt and gather.
Acorns. Yeah, but apparently you can boil them, and then you have to leach them, I guess, because there's a bitterness to them or something, and you can actually forge them to make flour or whatever the deal is.
So you're going to make some acorn flour?
No, mine are all in bags or bins, but I couldn't believe how many acorns were there, and I'm going, I don't know any, like crab apples.
Sure.
They're falling this time of year, but
Yeah.
everybody's made a jelly or known somebody, right?
Yeah,
The same
apple
kind
crisp.
of thing. Yeah, something.
Can you make me a pie out of these acorns?
That's what I'm saying. Has anybody ever done anything with acorns?
Says here, like, you
I
can
thought
make,
about it a lot this weekend.
well, yeah, as you're sweating your ass off, cleaning them all up. Acorn, you said flour, acorn oil, roasted nuts. You mentioned the animal feed for wildlife. That's
Yes,
probably why you
that's
get
what
all
we
the
did.
deer And bears in your yard.
Well, I didn't get a bear in my yard. You're bringing that up again. I saw a bear once on my way to work, and he won't let me live it down because he didn't believe me.
Well, you get a lot of deer. You for sure get a lot of deer. I'm sure they love them, and you're right, the squirrels.
Maybe if you just leave it in a pile in the corner, some squirrel's going to be, the king of the castle with his crew because he found this whole nest egg of acorns.
So you might have a neighbor that's made dandelion wine. Here, you got to try my dandelion wine, right? Crab apple jelly, whatever. But no one in there. Has anybody ever come up with acorns and said?
I've never heard of that. There is, this is on the text line. There's a thing on Amazon to pick up acorns. It's like a bingo ball roller on a stick, and you roll it on the ground. It actually opens up and picks up all the acorns. Game changer.
Oh, cool. Mike, thanks for this. I'm going to go on Amazon and check this baby out.
Send a link.
Yeah, send me a link, Mike, would you?
In the meantime, do you want an ice cream pail full of acorns? Let Joe know.
This is the Philly Joe and Vicky podcast.
Here we go. 15%. So not a big number, 15% of adults admit they go to sleep at night doing this. So it's not a big number. So you take brushing your teeth before you go to bed. Take that off the plate. 15%.
So you're doing it while you're sleeping or before you sleep?
As you're trying to fall asleep?
No. You're in bed.
So you're in bed?
15% of adults admit they go to sleep at night doing this. Yep, you're in bed.
Okay. Good morning, City. Do you have a guess?
Crafty, trying to get the clue out early.
morning.
Clarifications. Hey, do you have a
Would
guess?
it be watching a film or a movie? Or
it's not watching a show of any sort.
That's probably going to be a higher number, I would imagine.
I think so.
I would think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Because if I'm a little tired and I pop something on, instantly the eyes start to get heavy, no matter how good the show is.
That's the only way I fall asleep to the TV.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Good morning, City.
Hey, can you get the question again?
Yeah, you bet. 15% of adults admit they go to sleep at night doing this.
Would it be like snuggling a pillow or like holding a pillow?
No. No.
The body pillow.
That's a great answer.
I thought you were going to say something else with a pillow. I was going to be like, it's a family show, bro. Come on. 780 City.
Some called it practice.
Don't use a pillow at Phil's house.
Good morning, City.
Good morning. What about like an ambient noise machine?
No.
Gotta have that.
Yeah,
Nothing to do with technology.
Okay.
I can't do that. I can't fall asleep to
fan.
Air
purifier.
Oh, I love a fan.
Me too.
It's just once it's in my head.
Doesn't the whatchamacallit CPAP make some noise though?
Well, it's overpowering it, so it can't.
Sounds like a Zamboni or something.
Yeah, it's not that bad. Phil never went through it after the test.
I did take the test though. Yeah.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it was very minor.
He passed.
I didn't need one.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Hi, City.
Hi, morning. How about reading a book?
No, nothing to do with the book.
780 City.
15% of adults admit they go to sleep at night doing this. So you're in bed already. You're not really doing anything, though. It's about you without doing anything.
So
I know that's the best clue I can give you.
So are you thinking about something, or is that too much of a question?
No, you're not thinking.
Okay. Hi, City.
Hey, is it not changing your clothes?
Hello.
Whoa.
15% of adults admit they go to sleep at night wearing the same clothes they wore that day.
What?
15%. And you're worried about Phil's pillows.
It's a low percentage, though, right? So
yeah,
that's the whole point.
15%.
But
They're
15's
exhausted.
pretty high for that.
They're exhausted, I guess, and that's
Jeans?
it. I don't know. I didn't say anything. It's not breaking down the clothes. Sleeping in the clothes they wore that day.
Think about it, though. If you live on your own, or even if you don't, you get home, hard day at work, it's 9 o'clock, you have
Just
a beer,
conk out.
glass of wine, you lay down on the couch, start watching a game. Next
Yeah.
thing you know, you're up in the middle
Fall
of the night
asleep.
or in the morning.
Who's saying you're under the covers even?
I guess on the couch that makes more sense.
Yeah, could be. Anyway, good answer, my friend. You're correct.
Yeah, who's this?
It's Carmack.
All right, hang on. I didn't hear that, but you sound like a good guy. Hang on the line.
This is the Philly Joe and Vicky podcast.
Tell you, I didn't come into work this morning thinking I'm going to learn this much about the digestive system and how corn makes its way through your body why does it come out exactly how it went in.
Or so you think.
Oh, really?
That's what they're saying, right?
So
Well,
You're not.
am I
digesting.
reading this?
Well, are you not digesting the seed part of the corn and not the casing of it?
You're digesting the innards of each
seed.
kernel, but the actual casing is what you're not digesting.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're digesting part of it.
Yep.
So what I think you should I think you should go through this text message.
Okay, where
Vicky.
was it? Who was it?
You're the closest person we have to somebody paying attention in biology. Not even a doctor or a nurse.
If you're eating breakfast, we warn you. This isn't what you want to hear typically when you're eating.
Okay, I found it.
Okay.
The body has a hard time digesting the casing of the corn kernel, so it's actually, and this is going to be gross, but it's actually filled with poop. So when you're seeing corn in your poop, it's just the casing filled with poop.
That's interesting. I feel like that. I don't find that gross at all. I'm
Really?
glad I know that. Yes. It's look. It's the human body. It's
Yeah.
all like right.
Yeah.
Someone says so on the text line. So kind of like a crap balloon. Yeah, kind of. Essentially, that's what it is.
Tomorrow we're going to solve the problem of getting that husk that's stuck in between your teeth out.
This is the Philly Joe and Vicky podcast.
Brought to you by Fort Rouge Auto Center.
How about the run we are on to start the season for football picks, more specifically the lock of the week here with BJV, and I can't forget Postman Paul, a part of this team. technically 8 of 9 because we nailed another full ticket on the weekend.
I'll tell you.
Buffalo won. You called Dallas? Joe?
No, I took my Steelers in the upset in Dublin.
Apologies.
That's okay.
And then I took the Rams. So we get another win. And we also threw out there, take the Bombers for an added bonus.
Yeah.
They win. So we're 9 of 10 now.
Amazing.
It's crazy. What a start. And we've added Postman Paul to the mix this year, as
What
you
an
mentioned.
addition. What a free agent signing.
With everything going on with Canada Post and the strike, he's the only one still delivering. I'll tell you. And he's retired.
He is, yeah.
That's unbelievable.
I will say this, too. That Bomber victory was like way a bigger margin than anybody could have expected against the Hamilton Tiger Cats. So that was kind of nice. Not that you get paid more. That was a win is a win.
Yeah.
But, man,
Is this team
we're on fire.
Are the Bombers hitting their stride like at the right time? Let's wait for a couple more games, but it's certainly starting to look like maybe they're finding their way here.
Was Caleros back in?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he had a good game, actually. The offensive line played well. It was good. It was a good game on all facets of the ball. Like, they held Bo Levi Mitchell to nothing.
Great.
But, yeah, I think they're hitting their stride, but so are other teams. It's going to be a dog race in the Canadian Football League this year. They got to be happy, the league overall, about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we're hitting our stride with a lock of the week. There are services out there, websites, where they charge for their football picks, and they have nowhere near the kind of accuracy we do.
Well, they're not at, what is that, 90%?
You're right.
Right.
So maybe we want to start thinking about charging people for these picks. Are we allowed to do that around here?
You could, but
I don't know.
it's a public service I thought we were providing. Now Postman Paul's going to want a contract.
Oh, boy.
So do the Canada Post people. There's a lot of parallels here.
The Philly Joe and Vicky Podcast.
For more Philly Joe and Vicky, lock it into 92.1 City weekday morning 6 to 10.